action for another day of the week. Welcome to the Wednesday edition of Chasing That Paper right here on the Vegas Insider YouTube channel. Welcome to the program, everybody. So coming off a nice little 3-0 Major League Baseball prop sweep yesterday. So, of course, we're going to try to replicate that success again today. Joining me today in his traditional Wednesday slot is my guy, the wild man, the savage, Devin Walker. Let's bring him in here. He's going to be breaking down his favorite college plays of the weekend and for tonight. Looking fantastic with his Vegas Insider hoodie there. Devin, what's up, my man? How you making out today?
Well, you want to know what? The Blazers haven't been working, so I decided to go Vegas Insider merch. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the energy switched around. Also, I don't know if you guys can tell by the appearance that I'm bringing to the table today, but for the first time in my Chasing That Paper history, I'm coming off more than 4.5 hours of sleep. So I am bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and I'm ready to stack those pockets so that people can purchase more pumpkin spice flavored things. Really, that's my agenda today. I need people to increase pumpkin spice things in their life. And to do that, they need money, and we're here to get it for them.
My man. Yeah, I was going to say there's something different about this guy today. Okay, so Devin has 4 total plays for college football, including tonight's game. So Wednesday night football action. You got to love that. I have 2 player props I like for Major League Baseball. Last day of the regular season. Guys, before we get into the picks, do me a favor. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that like button. Right down there, you're going to see a subscribe button. We're almost up to 10K subscriptions here on Vegas Insider. Trying to get those numbers up. So hit that button as well. Okay, let's get right into the action here, Devin. A little bit of Wednesday night football action. We got SMU, UCF. What do you like in this game?
Couple of 3-letter acronyms going head-to-head tonight. Nice. And I am backing SMU, but not in a traditional stance. I actually think that this game is going to be high scoring. I'm looking at an over-under anywhere from 62 to 64.5. That number scares me a little bit, but what I really like is SMU first half over 14.5 points. That's going to be even money, okay? And why do I like this play? Well, let me give you some reasons, okay? The first one being Tanner Mordecai, okay? The quarterback for SMU. This kid is electric. Also, SMU, 21st in points per game, 6th in yards per game. Tanner Mordecai, first in the country with almost 390 passing yards per game. But it's not just about Tanner Mordecai. This is a two-headed snake because Trey Sigers, I believe you pronounce his name that way, is an absolute elite senior running back. And after back-to-back losses to very good undefeated teams in Maryland, but also TCU, I expect SMU to come out firing. This is a UCF defense that leaves a lot to be desired, and SMU will take advantage of them not only through the air first, but after that's been established on the ground. I love SMU first half, point over 14.5.
Sir, Trey Sigers, baby. Okay, next up, we got kind of an interesting game here. I think Duke taking on Georgia Tech. What do you like in this game?
This is another game where it's less for me about the team I've picked and more that I'm fading somebody's action. Now, Georgia Tech has been pretty good, but they're also coming off a big win against Pitt, an emotional win, and I am looking at a letdown game here for Georgia Tech. Duke also coming off a big win against Virginia, but they're the much more disciplined team. We're looking at a Duke team who is top 10 in turnover differential at +8. We're looking at a Georgia Tech team who's got the 9th worst percentage in third down conversions in all of FBS. Okay, 29.33%. That is not going to get it done against a very solid Duke defense. And if you cannot get off the field, you're going to have a really hard time. And Georgia Tech is 114th worst in total offense. So this is just a team that is going to struggle against a Duke lineup that can really deliver from both sides of the ball. Duke can score points in bunches, but they can also slow you down. They're a team that's well coached. They're a team that's, as I mentioned, very disciplined. And in a letdown spot for Georgia Tech, I love Duke -2.5. It's not going to be close for me. This is another one of those. They're going to win by double digits. It's an alt line special for your boy. I'm taking Duke -2.5, but I will also be live betting this game, and there's going to be some opportunity there pretty much up until that -12.5 number. I'll be looking to capitalize on Duke to take advantage of a emotionally drained Georgia Tech team. For me, it's Duke -2.5, baby.
Okay, let's keep the train going here, Devin. Let's keep rolling. We got Coastal Carolina, ULM. What are you looking at in this matchup?
Little known fact about me, Coastal Carolina is about as close to my alma mater as you can get. Now, did I actually attend the school? No, but I spent a lot of time in College Park down there in Conway, South Carolina. This school is electric. And speaking of electricity, let's talk about Grayson McCall, okay? He's got a mullet and he's got an absolute cannon. I am not talking about his throwing arm. I'm talking about those cheeks, baby. This is a dual threat quarterback that can legitimately provide a thrill. He is the real deal. CCU 18th in yards per play, 33rd in scoring offense, averaging 36.4 points per game. ULM, again, I am fading the Warhawks. Could it come back to bite me? Potentially. But if this happens, I'm retiring from sports gambling. So go Coastal. 121st in scoring defense, allowing 36.4 points per game. ULM has given up 8th most touchdowns in college football. That is not a good recipe against the Chanticleers team that will deliver offensively and is just outstanding on the defensive end. Now, I recognize that Coastal is not a cover machine, just 2-9 in their last 11, but trends were meant to be broken, my friends. It's all about Grayson McCall. It's all about the Chanticleers, and I'm not worried at all at 13.5. So give me the Chanticleers -13.5, baby.
Yes, sir. All right, Devin, bring it home for us. It's teaser time. Give us something sexy we can sink our teeth into.
Well, nobody likes a tease except for me, and it might not be Tuesday, but we're going to deliver one anyways. Now, this is a absolutely electric cash the ticket now teaser, okay? That's what I'm calling it, the cash the ticket now teaser. If you've got a mortgage, put it on this play, all right? It is the SMU +8.5. The over 42.5 in the Nebraska-Rutgers game, and then Liberty playing my abysmal Minutemen and only giving 18.5 there. They might win that game by 50. All right, SMU +8.5 is an absolute gift. I'll be taking them on the money line tonight, so you can get that action started. Then we go into Friday night, right? Nebraska-Rutgers, and then we're going to end with Liberty absolutely beating the brakes off of the UMass Minutemen. 18.5 is a gift. Nebraska looked very good offensively and terrible defensively against Indiana last week. Haven't seen much Rutgers football, but I imagine they're better than Indiana, who absolutely sucks. So the over should be no problem there. This is a 3-team +170 teaser. SMU +8.5, the over 42.5 in Nebraska and Rutgers, and Liberty -18.5. Cash the ticket now. It's as good as yours, baby.
Right, there you have it. So from the college football field to the Major League Baseball diamond, last day of the regular season here, guys, and maybe a good day to, lower your stake a little bit if you are getting some bets, and make sure you're checking those lineups because some big bats and some big arms could be inactive here tonight, but a couple spots that I like. And look what we have here first. It is one last gift from the baseball betting gods for the regular season. We've been hammering this one since the middle of the summer. It's the Nick Pivetta walk prop. It's sitting there at 1.5, and you're goddamn right we're taking the over on this once again. How are the odds on this? Only -110. Someone will be getting fired for this. So this has hit in 21 of his last 24 starts, including 7 straight. He's taking on Tampa Bay here tonight. 8 walks and 3 starts against them. Not a whole lot else to say for this one. Give me Pivetta over 1.5 walks. Next up, a strikeout prop. Framber Valdez on the mound for the Astros taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, I took this at over 5.5 this morning at around even money. That's been bet down, though. It's at 4.5, minus 140. And yeah, absolutely. I still think it's worth it, even with the juice up to minus 140. So, in need of a bit of a bounce back here for Valdez. 6 earned runs his last time out, probably his worst start of the season. Now, the Astros are going to be off for a bit of a week here. They get an automatic bye to the next round of the playoffs. You should be pretty eager to be going into the playoffs on a strong note. Now, I do understand maybe some concern over a short leash, but look what we saw from Verlander last night. He threw 5 innings yesterday, racked up 10 strikeouts, by the way, and he left that game up 8-0. Maybe he would have stuck around a bit longer had the game not been out of hand. Like I said, the Astros are going to be off for about a week. You don't want this guy too rusty going into the playoffs. If you look at his strikeout numbers, he's topped this in 8 of his last 9. He's had 7 or more in 6 of his last 9. And a great matchup for the guy here versus a Phillies team that has the 3rd highest strikeout percentage versus left-handed pitching over the last 2 weeks. So one of these situations, do not get trapped by thinking this is a trap. That's how you get burned, right? You got to really dig into these situations. Okay, so check that out, man. 6 total bets from Devin and I. If you're looking for a place to place these bets at, I recommend placing them over at BetMGM. Let me tell you a little bit about our friends and sponsor here. Kick off the football season with the king of sportsbooks. Sign up with BetMGM using bonus code VIBONUS. Your first wager is risk-free up to $1,000. That's VI bonus, all one word, no spaces, and your first wager is risk-free up to $1,000. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. You must be 21 or older. BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks.
Woo! We like
Indeed.
that.
Okay, so big news last night, Devin. We saw Aaron Judge got the monkey off his back. He hit his 62nd home run. Now he has the American League record, and let's discuss this. So I put out a tweet last night. I had quite a bit of a pushback on this yesterday. A lot of people agreed with me as well, but this isn't a knock on Judge. I'm knocking Major League Baseball here. So celebrating this as the AL home run record is a chicken shit approach by Major League Baseball. Either strip Bonds of the record or acknowledge that as the record. Imagine the NFL celebrating a single-season AFC TD record, or the NBA honoring the Eastern Conference's single-season point leader. So what I'm getting at is, since when do we celebrate records specific to individual leagues or conferences? You know, the American League and the National League, they're the exact same thing now because of interleague play. And, of course, we have the DH in each of the leagues. And like I said, this isn't a knock on Judge. It's not easy to hit 62 home runs. It's not easy to hit 50 home runs. And if Major League Baseball were to come out and say, you know what, there's all this evidence against Bonds, against Sosa, against McGuire, so we're not going to acknowledge these guys. Judge is going to be recognized as a single second season home run leader. Hey, I would respect that. I appreciate that. But Major League Baseball is taking a chicken shit approach here. Aaron Judge, what's this? He's 6th or 7th? Like, if you're looking at it fairly, because those guys were never suspended. So, Devin, what do you think it might take here? Is this a bullshit approach by Major League Baseball?
I mean, I completely agree, actually, with this take. Not only because I'm a Red Sox fan and I just can't stand the Yankees, because actually Aaron Judge is a pretty likable guy, to be fair, and he's very talented. So I'm happy for him. 62, congratulations, right? But as I mentioned, I'm here living in Massachusetts, where we don't celebrate conference championships. Celtics went to the finals last year. Who cares? Absolutely no one. Okay, if you're not first, you're last. Hashtag Ricky Bobby. So for me, I completely agree that Major League Baseball needs to step up and say, listen, these guys cheated. We know they cheated. And Aaron Judge, it's all yours, or they have to shut up. Because this whole going both ways thing, I understand you need to make baseball exciting, and it's been on every channel. That's fine. And again, good for him. But we're celebrating, a conference record now. It makes no sense. And let us not forget that Major League Baseball crammed that Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa home run race down our throats. They crammed Barry Bonds breaking that record down our throats, knowing very well that they were on steroids. So when it was working for them, they didn't care. And then as soon as they needed to backpedal, that's exactly what they did. I agree with you. It's a chicken shit approach. They're playing both sides of the fence, and I'm not here for it. Judge, congratulations, but 62 is not the record. I rest my case.
There we go. Devin and I on the same page on this one. Let me just say here, guys, these sports debates are supposed to be fun. You know, I put out that take on Twitter last night, and all these Yankees fans telling me to go F myself and calling me a douchebag. The second you start throwing out personal insults, hey, you lost the debate right there. And then, but hey, Devin, the Yankees need something to celebrate after all these monumental failures in the playoffs in recent years. Hey, Yankees, congratulations on winning the regular season again. We'll make sure you can hang that banner up as well. Okay, so we got some more news from the sports world. Now, we don't know if this is official, but quite a bit of speculation. And, you know, with it, when there's smoke, there's fire with these things. And Tom Brady and Giselle apparently hiring some divorce lawyers heading into week 5 of the NFL season. So we're talking about, like, distractions here, Devin. A divorce has got to rank pretty highly in the distraction power rankings for an athlete. So my question to you is, we have Tampa Bay coming off 2 straight losses. Pretty big favorite here, now up to -9 at home versus the Falcons. So how should we be handicapping this divorce? Will it help, hurt, or no impact whatsoever?
God, it's a good question. Tough to handicap a divorce, but the only thing that I can say is, you know, what kind of sounds like Giselle is jealous, okay? And that's exactly what I think is going on here. She wants her man back. Fine, you want him home, but you want to know what? He's not done yet, baby. You got to let him fly. He's a peacock. Let him spread his wings, you know? And to be fair, I think this might help Tom. He's always been a back against the wall kind of guy. He hasn't had to do that in a long time because even now, as the oldest available player in the history of the sport, well, it's not true, but it's close. You know, he still is favored as this, you know, exceptional quarterback. And these teams are up against these big spreads because Tampa is very good. They didn't look great in the last outing. Obviously, a Kansas City Chiefs team who brings on both sides of the ball. So I'm expecting a bounce back. I know it's a lot of points there, but Atlanta stinks. And if I know Tom in a bounce back game, I'd love to see the last time he lost 3 games in a row. I don't know what that stat looks like, but it can't be often. So I'm really expecting Tom and the rest of the Tampa Bay Bucks to rally regardless of this personal issue. And I'm envisioning a big Bucks win.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were assuming before this news came out that, okay, this will be Brady's final season. You know, he kind of had that sloppy retirement, then he unretired. Hey, if this divorce goes through, Brady is playing for as long as he possibly can. You're going to have to drag him off that field either because of his serious injury or because he flat out sucks. And let's be completely fair, the guy is showing no signs whatsoever of slowing down, and maybe Tampa Bay getting a little bit healthier again. We got Cole Beasley coming up, and that offensive line, you know, they haven't been so bad. A lot of injuries.
Not the Cole Beasley shout out, Joe.
Of course. Well, they're doing whatever. Well, hey, these small, 6 foot tall white receivers, these Wes Welkers, these Julian Edelmans. Does Cole Beasley not fit that mold, Devin? Get this guy into your DFS lineups this week, right?
Beasley, I've actually got a hot take here. I think now with this divorce going through, because George Blanda comes to mind when we're talking about Tom Brady. I don't know if anyone knows who George Blanda is, but he not only was a quarterback for the Raiders, but he also kicked field goals. With the way that the field goal kickers in the NFL are going right now, maybe Brady can just learn to kick, play till he's 65. You know, it's not that hard. If you can hit a 40-yarder with any sort of stability, then you could be a kicker in the NFL. So you want to know what? Hot take alert. Tom might just become a kicker. Who knows?
You know what? that's something, Devin. I'm surprised we haven't seen that yet. I know the guy on, who was it, the defensive back for the Kansas City Chiefs needed to fill in and kick a couple balls. I think it was in week 1 or 2. And we have seen, the Deion Sanders playing both sides of the field. He played receiver a little bit there. But I think we're going to see a Shohei Ohtani type of a situation at some point where you have these super athletes who can come in and kick some extra points, a couple 50-yarders, and maybe punt a couple balls as well. So I think that's something we'll see in the future. Justin Reed is the guy there. Thank you, producer Tito, for the shout on that one. Okay, so if you love what we do here at Vegas Insider, you are going to want to check out the brand new Vegas Insider app. We've got up-to-date, easy-to-navigate odds for every major sport. We have all our latest shows, best bet videos, and podcasts, props, trends, futures, news, all on the Vegas Insider app. Download the Vegas Insider app right now on Apple and Android. Bet better with the Vegas Insider app. Downloaded. Okay. It is now time for our viewer picks segment on the program. So we'll ask producer Tito to hit a couple of buttons on the keyboard and bring up first one here. Reggie Betts. He likes LSU +3. Tennessee, I think, is a little overvalued, struggling to beat Pitt with Slovis being out in the second half as well. LSU defense having a ton of success against a similar pass attack in a Mississippi State game. I think this line is off and should be close to a pick. Devin, what do you think of Reggie's analysis there?
Reggie, I appreciate the tweet, but I am on the complete other side here. I don't know if you've been watching LSU games, but a loss to FSU and then a comeback victory against Auburn in a game they really should have lost. I am definitely not betting on this LSU team. Tennessee looks good. They look potent offensively. And I just don't think that LSU is going to have the horsepower to keep up with this Tennessee Volunteers team. I mean, they are, I don't want to say the real deal, but they're pretty damn close to it. +3 to me, I don't love those lines in college football, but I see Tennessee winning this game pretty easily. I would buy Tennessee down to 2.5 before I took LSU at +3.
Okay, what do we think of this next one here? We have Kowloon City, a fella I know from the world of Twitter. He likes Pierce. I needed to dig into this one. Just putting Pierce out there. That's not a household name. Alec Pierce is who he's talking about, though. And I'm thinking over 30.5 receiving yards. So Alec Pierce for the Colts here on Thursday night. Football, JT Hobble. Pierce has gone over this comfortably outside of his concussion game. Also has reception longs of 30 and 44 in those two games. Broncos injury report on defense does not look great with some LBs and DBs as limited and did not practice. So I don't mind the play. Maybe a bit of a sneaky little spot here on Alec Pierce. I don't exactly know how the Jonathan Taylor being hobbled factors into this. It's not a surprise that he's not, fully practicing on a short week. If Taylor is out, okay, maybe they're going to go with a more pass-heavy attack. But any thoughts on this prop, Devin?
This is about as random as it gets. I can see, I can see where he's getting this. 30 and 44 in those two games, fine. But you're really betting on one play from a backup running back. I don't understand the play. I personally won't be tailing, but good luck to Midnight Ravers. I do like the name. I've been to a few of those, so hard for me to stay off this one, but it's a stay away for me.
All right, here's one for me, Devin. Cole Beasley, anytime touchdown. What do you think of that?
Hammer it. Hammer it.
He's going to get in twice. Wes Welker in his prime, he's going to look like playing with Brady. Okay, a bit of a fun one here from our guy Jason. Stack 4 times normal unit bets against the Braves tonight. The roster consumed about 87 cases of champagne last night, and they won't have a sober player on the field today. Now, there's no line even up for this game yet. I'm guessing neither team has named a starting pitcher. But fading the hangover. What do we think of this, Devin?
It's not something I typically like to do as a professional athlete myself that performs very well after a night of drinking champagne. So this tweeter followed this up with 50 cases were sprayed in people's eyes, so they also may not be able to see well. I love the take, but I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can get on board with this one either. It looks like I'm 0 for 3 with the CTP tweeting crew today, because I'm just not loving LSU Pierce or fading a hungover Braves team. I've done immaculate things with a blood alcohol level over 0.08, so I expect the Braves to potentially do just that.
Yeah, if you're at the Braves game today, maybe before getting in bed and check out the batting practice. See how these guys are looking. Is there hitting a lot of air there, or no impact whatsoever due to the hangover? So maybe that can be a good insider's edge with your captain if you're going to that game tonight. Okay, so it is now time for today's Handicapper Heat Check presented by VegasInsider.com.
Wait, one second, Joe, because I'm actually getting something in my ear here. Tito, what? Yeah, you want to? Okay, yeah, we've got one more tweet actually, and here it is. Aaron Judge peaked his rookie season by none other than Joe Osborne. Joe, do you care to elaborate on this from the freezing cold takes of Twitter?
I'm gonna defend myself a little bit here. First of all, that tweet's about a year and a half old, and going into the 2021 season, I was 125% correct with that tweet there. He had a fantastic rookie season. He hit like 52 home runs. And also, to be fair, what's a better measurement of individual players' offense, home runs or OPS? I think anyone who knows anything about baseball is going to say OPS, right? And the OPS this year versus his rookie year, there's not that big of a difference. So I don't think it was necessary for freezing cold takes to put me on blast like that. I was having a nice, relaxing night last night, and my phone starts blowing up with all these assholes giving me a hard time. So congrats to Judge.
Guy goes 3-0 in NFL. Guy goes 3-0 in MLB picks and is still on freezing cold takes. That's a tough thing to do.
Bringing up shit a year and a half ago. A lot of time has passed since then, right? No, I had a good laugh. And some people are mean about that type of stuff, calling me names and stuff. And that's
not me,
cool.
Joe.
You know, I put out 5 different takes a day on Twitter, Devin, and I'm probably going to be on there a lot here in the future. I hope a certain player doesn't win MVP in the American League, because you might see me featured on Freezing Cold Takes again.
Could be back soon, on there. So, you never know.
Yeah, I had a feeling you guys were going to bring that up. Okay, so it is now time for today's Handicapper Heat Check presented by VegasInsider.com. Your home for the best expert picks in the business since 1997. Today we recognize Platinum Sports, who can be found on Twitter at Brian Bittler Wins. There we go. Platinum Sports is dominating the college gridiron with a 13-3 win streak. Wow, save $10 on any of his pick packages by visiting the link in the description below. The $10 discount will be applied during checkout. That's your Handicapper Heat Check. Stay hot, betters! There we go. You're not going to find Brian and Platinum Sports on Freezing Cold.
No, you will not.
Okay, Devin, so a lot going on in your world, a lot going on in the Vegas Insider world. What can some of the Chasing That Paper viewers look forward to from you this week?
Well, we are a week away from the premiere of the Challenge, Season 38, Ride or Dies. So to get us all prepared for that, I have invited none other than Faisal Shafat onto the Bet on Devin podcast this afternoon. That will be live up to listen to tonight. We're going to be talking, with Fessy about the preview of the season, as well as some viral tweets that he is the author of. And then, of course, we'll be getting down to business with some NFL picks. Now, Fessy is actually a former Chattanooga tight end who broke Terrell Owens' touchdown record in a run-first offense. So a guy that has not only watched a lot of football, but been a part of a lot of football. So interested to get his takes on all of that and much more this afternoon with my man Tommy Freeze Pops on Bet on Devin, episode 5. coming at you. Not live, but today.
Yeah, you're going to want to check that out. And you're going to want to be subscribing to the Vegas Insider podcast network, whether it be on Apple or Spotify. A lot of good stuff on there. I do a weekly UFC podcast. We recorded one yesterday. So you're going to want to check that out. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube right now and you're thinking, geez, it would be a lot more convenient if Chasing That Paper was available podcast form. Well, it absolutely is. The replay goes up on Apple and Spotify about an hour after this airs, so very convenient to listen to on your commute home, at the gym, while getting a massage maybe. So make sure you check that out and subscribe there. Okay, a lot coming up here. Vegas Insider as well. Down to the wire with Joe Madden tonight at 6 Eastern right here on the Vegas Insider YouTube channel. Big show tomorrow, Chasing That Paper, kicking off week 5 with my guy Ian McMillan, Thursday night football. And that's about it. Make sure you're following Vegas Insider on Twitter. That's it for now. Good luck with your bets tonight, unless you are fading us. And as always, keep chasing that paper. Woo!